So today we're going to talk about partition as it relates to a divorce. My name is Michelle Diglio Ben-Coran, and I'm here with Annabelle Catania, and we are some of the attorneys here at Legal Counsel P.A. So Annabelle, I got a question for you. So you have a divorce decree. It was uncontested, and they just forget to mention about marital property or anything like that. And just an uncontested divorce, and somehow it gets signed off and goes really quick. Now there's property and it's still jointly owned. One wants to sell, one doesn't want to sell. Like, what happens?
Oh, you're going to have to file a partition action. That is a really tough question because normally what we do when we file for a divorce, obviously all the assets are included in it.
Somebody did themselves.
I know. Really, and honestly, I have a case that's got this written all over it right now. And it's a little bit of a nightmare because we're trying to open up the case and undo it because the rights inside a family law case act a little bit differently than if you just went into general civil litigation. Because of the marital division of property being 50-50, you have different rights, but you can also easily get more than that 50-50 in a divorce case because of continuing paying on the home, etc. They look for, it's a court of equity, but it doesn't mean equal. So we have done cases where we've reopened them and asked the courts to consider them. Some courts will do it and some courts don't like it. Or you're just going to have to file a general partition action in the state of Florida in just a regular civil action case. But just because a spouse doesn't want the house sold doesn't mean it's not going to be sold. That's the basic law here in the state of Florida. One person doesn't have to remain indebted to or have their credit continue to be affected by the property that's maybe somebody else is living in it. So, give us a call. One of us can help you absolutely, so it just depends on, it's a case by case basis, but.
So I just follow a question before. So if you're filing for a divorce, you would address the partition in the divorce. What does that look like?
We can. So, normally when I would do a case like that, you can do a 2-count, type of dissolution of marriage action. Count 1 being the dissolution of marriage and count 2 asking for the partition of the property for the sale of the property. However, in the state of Florida, a court has authority to sell the property without even that partition action. They can order the sale. Yes. So if you do not have a partition action in the divorce, pleading, you can ask the court for that as part of the relief, as part of equitable distribution.
So how does that work? Does the court appoint a special magistrate or just appoint a realtor? I mean, how does that work when he says, okay, we're just going to sell it. We're not doing a partition.
It really depends on the judge. I haven't seen special magistrates involved in a lot of the divorce cases. It's more like, okay, you choose a realtor, give me the names and I'll pick the realtor kind of thing. And the judge will get involved if the two parties cannot agree to whom that is going to be. We don't want that to happen though. So I really strongly suggest that everyone works together, come up with a plan, maybe both people coming up with attorneys, their own attorneys coming up with people that are no way related to either party. So there's going to be no favoritism and no beneficial actions by one for another. So somebody that's totally neutral, get that person, make the terms as to what you're going to sell for, what are the terms for reducing the price or, open houses, etc. Put that all in writing, hire your own realtors and get that taken care of. Real property and family law is special, especially when there's children, because a court could say, the family's going to keep the house until, the child turns 18 years old, especially if there's only a couple years left and it's not a long distance in time and there's money that can support maintaining the home. So it can be very difficult, but it's going to happen. The house, you're not going to be a servitude to that home for the remainder of your life.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So if you have any questions with regard to partition actions as it relates to a divorce or a post-divorce situation, give us a call here at Legal Counsel. If you have questions, we have answers.